How to make 5 to 10K a month doing high ticket sales. I'm making this video today because I have been having a lot of people DM me. My Instagram is cno.50k, so cno.50k. If you guys want to DM me and ask for any type of advice or just book a call so we can just kind of like talk one-on-one and just figure out how to get you into the space and how to make you really thrive in this space. Because a lot of people that get into this don't really do good, and it's because they don't know these things. First thing I'll cover is what is high ticket sales. High ticket sales is when you as a person are now going to be a seller, right? You're going to be a salesman for these influencers who sell a product that is over 3K. All right. So people that sell a product that is over 30,000, you're going to be the salesperson for them and you're going to get a commission. Now, the reason I say that is because, and the reason why it's called high ticket sales is because you're going to be selling these high, selling products that are high in numbers, and you're going to be getting a good amount of commission on it. Now, you have two different roles. You have a setter and you have a closer. Setters are the people that book the appointments. Closers are the ones that will close the appointments. Closers will make more than setters, and that's just kind of how it will always be in any sales game, even door-to-door sales. It's always going to be like that, right? The hardest part about high ticket sales is getting placed on an offer. All right. So how you get placed on an offer, and the way it works is, like I said, again, when you're a person and they're like, hey, I need people to like keep track of these calls. I need people that can close these deals for me, right? That will be your offer. Now, it's hard to get on an offer because a lot of people, once you pay 10 to 20,000 to just get into their course, and half the time it's really not even a good course because you're not getting proper training and you're not getting booked on any offers. Now, slow your roll. You don't want to get put on an offer immediately. If somebody's trying to put you on an offer immediately and you are new to sales, then they're setting you up for failure, because what's going to happen is you're going to get on that offer. You're not going to know how to sell. So the team is going to either, one, have to let you go, or two, you're just going to drive your mind crazy trying to figure out how to sell. Now, the reason I say it takes about a week or two with good training to be a decent salesman is because everything after that is really repetition. All right. Even to this day, I still train as a salesperson because there's always more that you can learn about sales. And there's different markets, different markets have different people and different, moods. It's so many things that go into like reps when you get on the phone or in person that you won't know how to come across, and objections that you will not know how to handle or deal with, or emotions you won't know how to handle or deal with until you come across those, right? I can give you the blueprints, but you will still not know how it'll feel or how to respond until you see it firsthand or talking to them over the phone firsthand. All right. Now, you will need sales experience. If you don't have sales experience, it's so easy to make 2 to 4K in this line of work. I'm 19. I've been doing sales for a while. And when I first started doing this, I was making 5 to 10K a month. And I was making 5 to 10K a month because I already had previous sales experience. The people I've trained and that have not had any sales experience have made 2 to 4K their first month. All right. And that's with me placing them on an offer fairly within after a week. So what you need to know and what you need to ask yourself now is, are you DMing them like enough influencers? Are you watching Andy Elliott? Are you watching all these other guys that are teaching you how to sell? Before you try to go into high ticket sales, you need to learn how to sell. But that's why it's always good to also get a mentor and do a course. Now, it's tricky. It's very tricky when you come across courses. I've seen it a lot. I personally went through it. When I first got into sales, I wasn't really learning anything about sales until I got to my next company, and they really trained me up really good. I've gotten hands-on training from so many great people that is insane, and how I was able to become a manager at 19 for 3 different businesses. So you have to understand that if you're not applying yourself, and if every day you're not waking up looking to get better in your craft in sales, you're not going to make in that 1%, that 5%, not even that 10%. All right. Everything is so much in your reach because how I'm talking to you right now and communicating through you is on a device. That device you're holding in your hand can make you $1 million, but it's how do you use it, right? So now we need to figure out, right? One, do you need training? If you don't need training, then what else do we figure out? All right, how to get you on an offer. After you get on the offer, how do you scale? So you need to have all of that written out. All of that written out before you're coming into this line of work, so you know exactly what you need to work on and what you need to get better at. All right. If you're shy to talk to people, okay, we need to get you in front of more people. We need to get you talking during Zoom calls. Like I have Zoom calls, I have meetings with all my guys, and I have no problem letting people into those. But you have to be willing to work. You have to be willing to invest into yourself to actually see a change. And I'm not just talking just to talk, dude. Like I was broke a year ago. I didn't stay with my parents. I got kicked out. I was getting ready to have my daughter. I was staying with a friend. Like before that I was homeless. And then even after that, I was homeless again. And now I'm on my second apartment at 19, going to get ready and give this to my wife's sister. And we're going to be going to travel to Bali and stay in Bali for a while. So I understand the struggle. I understand that it's hard and it's frustrating, and sometimes you don't know what you're doing, and then you're like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing, so now I'm going to go back and work this 9 to 5. Do not go back and work that 9 to 5. I have failed so many times to get to where I am now, and I'm only where I'm at right now because I keep working. I work with D1 athletes. I used to be a D1 athlete. That's why I really work with them a lot. But I work with a bunch of D1 athletes. I work with a bunch of ex-NFL athletes. I work with people in the NFL that are currently in the NFL right now. I work with all these people because I know how it feels to be a D1 athlete or just an athlete in general. And you go to your sport, everything is kind of like already there for you. And then going into a lifestyle to where it's not that. And you, going to become a PE teacher? Like, no, we don't want to do that. You still want to live that free lifestyle. So you have to really push it and keep going in this. You have to be reading more books. You need to be sitting back and looking at training videos. You need to be doing whatever you possibly can to be ahead of the competition. Because if you're not doing that and you're not investing into yourself, getting closer to God, waking up early in the morning, hitting the gym, watching what you eat, all of that does affect you as a person. It affects your skin. It affects your looks overall, your weight. It affects everything. All those little key details, your faith, that affects everything. And there's nothing more important in this world than God. I will say that on this channel a lot. But you have to understand that if you want to get to where you are right now, in 3 months from now, 2 months from now, even a month from now, you have to make that change. I'm here to help. Told you guys my Instagram, it's cno.50k. I'm open to all the DMs. I have a couple calls I'm booking today, and I'm very much open for more. But if you want to get better and you want to learn more about high ticket sales, keep doing your research, right? Those are the key points you need to know. And you have to be able to articulate your words and be able to sell a certain item. But if you don't know how to do that, get on YouTube, look up how to sell. A bunch of videos will pop up. But also, I will tell you guys that if you guys want to get the ball moving faster, it will be better for you guys to look into a mentorship. But look into the right mentorship where they're actually training you and teaching you how to scale. And, if you have a mentor who's not asking you about your personal goals or reason why you want to do this, do not go with that mentor, because that mentor does not care about you. All my guys that I personally work with, I know their goal, I know their drive, and I know why they do it. Because then I can pinpoint that, use that as fuel, and drive them to be better. And that's all you have to do.